This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 1026 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is an excerpt from the S Equestrian's monthly jumping episode here on Horses in the Morning. Show co-host Emily Thompson is joined by Grand Prix jumper Denise Wilson with the how and the why of a great cavaletti exercise she uses to improve fitness and control. And we'll get right to our tip after this from today's sponsor.
This week's EasySignsOnline.com spotlight product is their New England Style Farm Signs, their most popular line of signs. New England Style Farm Signs are very durable and designed for long-term outdoor use with no maintenance required, no wood to rot, and no paint to peel. They will outlast the old style painted wood signs by many, many years. They are available in many sizes, shapes, and styles, which makes them the perfect sign for any farm or business. Go online today and go through the EasySignsOnline.com easy step-by-step ordering process to see all the prices and options available. They also offer free, no-obligation sign proofs on all New England-style signs, and you get free shipping as well on all New England-style signs. So replace your old worn-out sign and make a great first impression with a new farm sign from EasySignsOnline.com. And the holidays are right around the corner, so it's a terrific gift idea. I can't think of a better one. Visit EasySignsOnline.com.
We have the lovely Denise Wilson. We're very appreciative. She took the time out of her day as well. She is a top competitive rider, World Cup qualifiers, international, all of it. She's American, but she is here and she is going to share our training tip.
Yeah, well, when I was trying to come up with something, I realized, my day-to-day routine, I keep quite simple. The top two things I aim for with my horses and I work on every day is fitness and control. But for me, I'm not very tall, so I have to find ways to have control, but without interference of the horses. I have to find ways to get them to work on my side. And both that, fitness and control, comes purely from Flatwork. And I probably sound like a broken record because I know everybody's trainer has probably said how important Flatwork is. And it doesn't even need to be anything overly complicated. But if you're going to go out and jump, the the actual jump is the easy part. How you get to it and the steps in between is the challenging part. And, that's something that is so easy to practice at home. And I even, took a couple dressage lessons this summer from a dressage trainer in Lexington, and it just really made me appreciate what we ask these horses to do and how much communication you have on course every step. For me, with young horses as well, probably an exercise I do daily is cavaletti work. They don't have to be any higher than a few inches off the ground. You can start with poles on the ground, but practicing, your adjustability in the canter between them. It sounds very simple and it sounds like something you'd say, that's no problem, that's a piece of cake. But to really push yourself and challenge yourself, say you set a normal 5-stride line, push yourself to do 7 strides, push yourself to do 8 strides, then back to 5. Then back to 6. And that way you not only, try to hone in your eye, but it really helps you work on the adjustability of a canter. And for me, it also shows when I'm not doing my homework enough. Because if I go to adjust for 8 strides in a 5-stride line and the horse breaks to the trot, I know I need to go back and work on collection.
Yeah, for sure. You're so right. And I mean, for you, we're plucking you right out of top sport show jumping. You're out there competing, 150 classes. regularly. So you're saying, well, maybe this is a little bit basic and people look at it that way, but you're so right. And I think that will give a lot of people a lot of encouragement who are maybe even just getting into jumping, because the flat work, it really does come down to that. For sure, dressage riders that go to their first jumping lesson, and then jumping riders that go to their first dressage lesson, the dressage riders always do better because they're riding the canter, they're riding the shoulder, all of that. So it's very refreshing actually to hear you say that. I know people say work on flat work, but very few people actually really do it. Seriously. So tell me, who did you take a lesson with? Who did you get lessons with in Kentucky?
Reese Koffler. She was wonderful. And when I first asked her, for a lesson, I was a bit nervous because I didn't necessarily want to learn dressage. I just wanted to learn how to work my horses more properly and give them a full body workout, because if you do your flat work better, the change in the horse's fitness is unbelievable. And, this year I went from national to FEI classes. So I took that step up into the international level. And, you think 3 inches in a jump height sounds like nothing. But when you get to that level of jumping, you have to have 10 times more the control. It lessens that margin for error. And that's why, it showed me that I was lacking in sophistication in the small details of the flat work. Because if you're sitting in a class and you go in and there is a 6.5 line and, to a triple combination that you need to do 7, you have got to have that 7 happen the first stride. And you have to, you can't wait to the 5th or 6th stride to make it happen, because when you are dealing with those size jumps, you just don't have room for error.
And there you have it. If you enjoyed listening to Emily geek out on all things jumping, you can tune in the first Tuesday of every month for all of the news, reviews, and inside tracks from the show jumping world at horsesinthemorning.com. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.